Hello, my name is Kathryn Harmer Fox. I'm a South African artist, and I was really honored to be a part of the Broken and Repaired exhibition with Anne Kempton and Timeless Textiles. I absolutely loved the gallery when I saw it, and the reason I chose to do the work that I did was because I'm on the road at the moment, and being on the road, one of the things that I see the most are broken animals, roadkill beside the road. I'm very careful not to break anything in the house, in the homes that I'm billeted in. So that would not have been anything that I could have done to repair. I thought about it, and we were driving from Sydney back to Berry, and there was an owl, a barn owl, which had been hit by a car, and it had lost its whole face. And then I thought of the Aboriginal idea of Dreamtime. And I thought, well, that could kind of, I know it's a completely Western, into my own Western interpretation of this marvelous concept of theirs. But I thought, well, we all dream. And to repair something that is flattened and smashed would be a dream. And that's what started me on the process. My friend Elizabeth Dubeldi, she stopped the car on the highway, picked up the broken owl, and we brought it home. And I started working from that. The most important aspect of it is that I could focus on the living, soaring beauty of the creature rather than the smashed, gone thing that it was. And it in that kind of way, I know it is completely just a dream to be repairing it, but my focus was taken away from the sadness of roadkill because it always seems such an unnecessary thing. If they'd just flown a little bit higher, if there were been a matter of seconds, they would have gotten away. But it is a part of modern day living. I mean, our highways are littered with the broken and dead bodies of the animals that roam. And it did take me away from that focus because sometimes I'm actually have been measuring kilometers in the amount of bodies that I see. And it's quite disturbing to see how many creatures are killed by the roads. So it was lovely that I could focus on something different, and also the very beauty of these creatures. And it only comes from the living creature. It never comes from the dead creature. Even though its feathers were still intact, its head was completely gone.
And would you like to talk about the process of the many layers that I imagine you've used in terms of bringing the barn owl back to life?
Oh, okay. What I start with is, besides the broken and dead body, I start with then referencing animals, looking for the birds, learning about the barn owl, and I collect a whole lot of photographs, stock-free photographs, and I started with a sketch. I usually sketch in my from the different birds, and I sketch them together in different ways. And once I've gotten a sketch and an idea of how it's going to work, I will take that sketch to the canvas. So a piece of canvas, in this case, I started with a smallish piece of canvas, thinking that I would just do that section. And generally, I draw a little bit too big. So then I added pieces on. I finished the whole piece of canvas by adding pieces on using Inktense pencils, colored pencils. So I got the whole base. And then I start collecting the colors and the threads and start layering them like that on top of the painted work until it got to the size. I still added more pieces again, pieces of canvas again. And then I wanted the kind of sort of amorphic, I don't even know if that's a word, shape. I didn't want a defined shape because Dreamtime has no shape to it. It is just a floating, amoebic-like shape. And then I did the edging, brought it all together, and that's how the piece resulted. The concept of, when I read the brief, I thought it was just an absolutely fascinating concept because you can go, it it brings in so many different styles of work as well. It could be abstract work, it could be conceptual work, it can be realistic work, it can be literally fixing a broken thing. So I thought the concept was really interesting. And I'd just like to thank Timeless Textiles for inviting me. I really, really enjoyed doing it.
Well, what a treat it is to have you included.